Hello, my name is Celina Chapman and you are watching Notes from the Field. This week I am kind of showing you what Good Shepherd volunteers do during the week. It's not crazy exciting, we all work from home right now, but I hope you can see that we live a pretty normal life doing service, but we have a little addition of community, an addition of living in a new place, and I just hope for you guys to see it all. So come on this journey with me. I'll explain soon what a Good Shepherd volunteer is and what I do specifically. Let's go. Welcome to my home in Washington Heights. As I said before, I work from home, but I work for Good Shepherd Services as an anti-racism and equity fellow. I live with two other Good Shepherd volunteers named Brooke and Elizabeth, and I'll talk more about our community later. For now, let me take you through a typical day of being a GSV. Usually, I wake up between 7:30 and 8 a.m. to be ready to log on to my laptop for 9 a.m. With the colder weather, it's sometimes hard to get up, but I always try to push myself and get ready for the day. The first thing I always do is make my bed. It's the first task of the day, and it helps propel me to do other things. Also, since I work from home, it's nice to have a neat space. Then I usually wash my face with cold water to wake me up even more. I've been getting really tired since it gets dark early in the day, but having these routines help me feel like a human being. On the note of routines, I don't do my makeup every day, but I try to do it once or twice a week. I used to love doing makeup, and as much as it's nice to not always have it on, I like keeping up with things that I used to do before the pandemic. Do you keep up with any routines? What are some self-care habits that you practice? Ta-da! I then get dressed completely. I know some people like to have a nice shirt on and then sweatpants or leggings, but as someone who loves fashion, I can't go on with a workday without being in some kind of fun outfit. Here is my workspace. Before I make any coffee or breakfast or continue on with my day, I actually like to open my laptop and see my schedule. I work 9 to 5, and in between those hours, I sometimes have meetings, I do projects, all those fun kind of things. And before I get coffee and breakfast, I like to check both my emails. Now that I know what's going on with the day, let's head to the kitchen where my roommates are also doing their own morning routine. Hi, Fish. I'll introduce him later. Let's get some coffee and make something nutritious to get me through the day. So today I decided to use up some old veggies to make an egg scramble. It has peppers, onions, and spinach. Not all mornings are the same. Sometimes I make a bowl of cereal, sometimes I make oatmeal. It's really nice to always be able to cook my own meals and have a good variety. When living in community, don't forget to share. But also, don't burn yourself. Now let's feed our other community member. We got this fish in the beginning of our service here together during a community outing. He has a really long name, so I just like to call him Moosey. The rest of the day, I won't completely show you everything because it's kind of just Zoom calls and working on projects for events and upcoming workshops. As you can see here, sometimes I mix up my workspace by going to a cafe, wearing a mask, and taking proper precautions, of course. Okay, this is Brooke and Elizabeth, my other two community members, and tonight we have Spirituality Night, which I am leading tonight. So we're going to be doing some yoga that I found online. GSV is great because Spirituality Night does not only have to just be like prayer services or things that are solely Christian based. They could be very spiritual based in a sense where we can do meditations and just really be within our reflective selves. So super excited. Ready, guys? For yoga, I usually go on YouTube. There's a lot of great videos, and today we're doing restorative yoga. Before the night begins, we start with a prayer. We usually talk about what we're grateful for and then talk about our prayer requests. Taking care of our spiritual lives is very important in the Good Shepherd volunteer world. Our 4 pillars of Good Shepherd is spirituality, community, simplicity, and social justice. By taking care of ourselves in our mind and our body, we then can help our other pillars such as community, social justice, and simplicity. The more we are one with ourselves, the more we are able to be one with everyone else. And we've ended spiritually. Like I said in the beginning, I live a pretty normal life doing a service here. I love being in New York City because there's always fun events to go to and things to do. Even though we live off stipends and there's COVID, we find a way to make living in the city a blast. Whether it's making your own lunch and having a picnic in the park, enjoying the scenic views of the Hudson and the New York City sidewalks, or having virtual game nights with our other community members in New Jersey and DC, there's no other way I'd rather spend this crazy year we call 2020.
Hi. It's Friday night and Elizabeth and I are coming home. What did we do? We just walked around, right?
We just explored New York City. Got to know the town a little bit more since I knew. She's
Yeah, we went around Tribeca and Soho, and yeah, we just really walked and explored.
Spent time as a community, honestly.
I hope you enjoyed seeing some glimpses into my life as a Good Shepherd volunteer. This is such an odd year to be doing service, but I wouldn't have changed these memories I've made for the world. Not gonna lie, there's definitely been some bumps in the road, but it's all a part of the experience.
Good evening, guys. So at the end of my day, I usually like to have some time for myself. I usually like to do that by reading a book, or I watch some Netflix. Lately, my roommates and I were watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and we're hoping to watch The Mandalorian next. But thank you so much for following me on this miniature week or couple days of what it looks like being a GSV in New York City. As you can see, it's a lot of fun and it's a lot of community, reflection, and growing and learning.